Hey there, I'm Angela Calais, and I have some advice and some tips that I'd like to give you if you are a first-time home buyer. So, the first thing that you really want to do is determine your budget. What you're going to do next is talk to a mortgage lender about getting pre-approved for a loan. However, that pre-approval amount and your budget amount are not always the same thing. So you're going to want to take a look at all of your expenses and your income and calculate what can you realistically afford for your mortgage. The next step is to talk to a couple different lenders. I always recommend you talk to 3 different lenders. You may want to talk to somebody at the bank that you're currently at, but I always recommend talking to a mortgage broker, somebody at a credit union, and see what different options that they have and different programs. Not every lender is going to have the same rates, the same closing costs that we'll talk about, and they're not going to all have the same programs that might fit what you're looking for and what's going to work with your budget as well. Location. Where do you want to be? I always say you can always change the house, but you can't change where the house is. So really hone in on what community you want to be a part of. And then what size home do you need? Are you looking for somewhere you're going to be for a little while, or do you need room to grow? There's also a couple different home types that you can consider. Would you prefer a single story home or a 2-story home? And maybe that's not the most important thing to you. Maybe the location matters more than the style of the house. And what do you expect as far as character in the home, or the age of the home, or the amenities of the home? Or are you willing to do a little bit of work? Or do you want something that's move-in ready? These are all things that you're going to talk about with your realtor as well as with your lender to see what is in your budget. If you are buying an older home, especially as a first-time home buyer, that's something that you want to anticipate, is that you're probably going to purchase a pre-existing home. And you're going to have to go in there assuming that you're going to have a home inspection as part of that process and determine what types of conditions of the home are you willing to overlook, and which conditions of the home are you willing to take on yourself? Are you okay with taking down some wallpaper and painting? Or are you also okay with maybe replacing some flooring or updating some mechanicals? And these are all things to consider in your budget as well. Those closing costs. So everybody knows when you go in to purchase a home and get a mortgage, you're looking at putting down a down payment on the mortgage. It's going to come off of your eventual financing costs. But what a lot of people don't realize is that actually going into a closing on a home, in addition to your down payment, you have costs just associated with getting your mortgage. Some of those costs are from your bank, but some are also upfront costs for your taxes and for your homeowner's insurance as well. So talk to your lender to determine what you can expect for your closing costs, so you have a realistic idea of how much money you are going to be bringing to the table. You're also going to want to consider future resale value. If you are looking for something that is just for a single person and maybe is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home, and you fall in love with it and you will go to your top budget to get it, consider that a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home might not be the best for resale. So even though it might be worth more to you, you want to make sure that you talk to your realtor about whether or not you'll be able to recapture that value when it's time for you to go and sell. So these would be my top 10 lists or top 10 tips for first-time home buyers. And there's a lot more things to consider, so make sure you consult with a local realtor. Thanks. Good luck.